I needed escape. I know I'm kind of talking all over the place, but bear with me. Anyway, I did get the camera. I didn't know anything about it. Didn't know how to use it. It's a, 60 megapixel mirrorless full frame camera. That's about all I feel like a moron when I see, stuff that is awesome, technology-wise or otherwise. And I go, ooh, I would like that. Now, as I said, brain fart, I pre-ordered the camera. Not having any experience with digital photography of any state. I did take digital photos when I first started doing videos, because I had a 5 megapixel Sony, later an 8 megapixel, but those were all automatic cameras. You just point and shoot basically. But being digital, you could see the results right away. Now, I'm not going to go into the whole history of all this stuff, how I got into it, but let me tell you, for me, beauty has always been relaxing. I've always felt good when I saw beauty. It could be the beauty of a waterfall, a sunrise, a sunset. It could be the beauty of animals, birds, insects. It could be the beauty of people. Oh yeah, there is a lot of beauty in people. Beautiful people abound. But I guess we're not supposed to say that anymore because, well, that's sexist or whatever the hell it is. And I'm not just talking about female, beauty in people. Kids, adults, men, women. As a matter of fact, some of the first pictures I took with my 5 megapixel Sony, I took in Hogan, Cuba, and there's some real nice pictures. I was very proud of them. Anyway, it's not about that. Let's talk about the world that we have allowed politicians to create. Politicians and corporations. Corporations that profit off people's misery. It's not just about the military-industrial complex. What about pharmacies? All the legal prescription drugs being prescribed to people today for mental illness. You need an upper, you need a downer, you need sleeping pill, you need wake-up pill, you need pills for everything. And they're selling by the billions, making billions for big pharma and giving governments an out. Oh yeah, we fund healthcare very, I just looked it up, and because everything you can find most things. I shouldn't say everything. This is from the Canadian Mental Health Association, March 28, 2023. Every year, Canadians pay $1 billion for private counseling and psychotherapy. But what about those who can't afford it? And there's a whole slew of stuff that I came across just by Googling. Let me see. I'm just going to... How big is the mental health industry in Canada? It's about $1.9 billion. The Trudeau government has invested in Wellness Together Canada, online portal for mental health in response to the negative mental health effects of the pandemic. It has also poured money into the Health Canada's substance use and addiction programs to address drug and other substance use issues. March 4, 2023. It just goes on. Now get a load of this. I love to do research. That's probably why my brain is so screwed up. Too much information, too much truth is harmful for your health. Believe the bullshit passed on. Anyway, Canada is overloading itself on immigrants. And the funny thing is that when you immigrate to Canada, if you got a medical license or whatever, you can't you can't be a doctor instantly. You got to go through training, just like if you were a beginner. But when it comes to mental health, this is just priceless. I mean, I never would have thought it. Do you need a license to be a counselor in BC? Counselors who specialize in specific issues or areas often need extra training. Oh, that's good. All counselors can gain useful skills by doing volunteer social work. Well, yeah, you can work your way to that. Counselors in BC, British Columbia, Canada, are not regulated and do not need an official designation to practice. And now, ladies and gentlemen, our crazy world. If you got kids in school and they have to see a counselor about any issue, maybe they're not sure about their gender, you can have a 6-year-old just deciding what gender they should be. And I'm being facetious, of course, I get crazy about this stuff. But I didn't realize that in British Columbia, anyone with any level of education can call themselves a therapist or counselor. Oh, yeah, damn right. I'm a therapist. I'm a counselor. Oh, yeah, I've got my counseling education doing some volunteer work. And no, you don't even have to do anything. It's basically come as you are party. I didn't realize this before starting to make this video. A lot of education and learning stuff out there. So anyhow, let's get down to the nitty-gritty. Pandemic. Schools closed. Kids screwed up. Kids screwed up about climate change. Oh yeah, you don't have a future. Your parents are going to destroy the planet with their SUVs and with their warm houses burning gas and all these different things. You're not going to have a future. And in case you do, well, kids, there's another pandemic on the way, and that should arrive by this fall and winter. You might need to get more vaccinations and boosters and everything. Or, I just about used the F-bomb about kids' brains. They've done that, and their answer is educated counselors. Oh yeah, that's going to work. And pills. Pop them goddamn pills. And once you've had enough of the pills, maybe you can graduate to something more substantial. Maybe like narcotics. Not regulated, but we're talking about smoking, weed, smoking, whatever, having cocaine, meth, heroin in British Columbia. Heroin, meth injection sites.
Just like that.
They're doing all that stuff. They're spending billions and billions to basically perpetuate a problem, and along with that, create a indoctrinated zombie population. And here's the fact about this whole situation we're in now in Canada and basically around the world. What the government thinks or what they want to do doesn't matter. What the experts say doesn't matter. You know what matters? What you say. You're the voter. You're the taxpayer. You have common sense and logic. Your thoughts matter. Your vision matters. And what do you think about all this? How do you think the next generation is going to evolve as they go through one crap? Oh shit, I'm looking out now and there's a little buck wandering through our yard. Little buck, well, you know what that means. I gotta go take my camera and go get her. So it is Sunday, 1st of October, and there's the little buck. I'm filming from inside right now, because quite often when the door opens, if they're skittish, they'll run off. But just like I was talking in the video, nature, man, it's captivating. It's noticed me and wondering, what the hell you doing here, guy? Just a little buck. Peekaboo! I'm sure you've seen crows on that fence, and this is where the crows eat and other birds, and oh, there's other deer. Bonky 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 bonk. So there were 3 of them, two does, one was a small one, and one was rather large. And this is where the show begins, or show happens. Cindy has a couple of things of water out there for the critters, because they need water too. Sad to see the sunflower season going away. And the other flowers, man, they provided a lot of beauty and a lot of, help for the animals, the insects. Help meaning they had food. They could find food. And it's not sprayed by anything. And I guess I might as well set this video up for my upcoming video about Kelowna, British Columbia's plan for infill housing, which basically, as I read it on their site, means that, you got single detached homes, you got apartment high-rises. What we have to do in between them is duplexes, fourplexes, condos, townhouses, all that sort of infill. In other words, let's get more people into a designated area. That's going to work good for a 15-minute city. It's also going to work really good for keeping neighborhoods safe and keeping property values up. Oh yeah. But the one thing I can guarantee you, this happened in San Francisco with all the immigrants, migrants, and all that. You know where they didn't go? Into the wealthy people area. You know what happened when I think it was Florida governor sent migrants in the U.S. to Martha's Vineyard? Very welcoming people until a couple of days, and they said, move. Get out of here. This is very valuable. It's a rich area. We don't need, people hanging around. I mean, this is so unbelievably stupid, but experts, you got to trust the experts. They got a degree on their wall, and they know how things go. And basically, that's what's wrong. People depend on experts foregoing common sense and knowledge. It's just ridiculous. So, do I know more than the experts? What makes me think I can talk about it? And do you know more than experts? Well, I guarantee you one thing. I don't care who you are watching or where you are. You know the difference between a man and a woman. Isn't that amazing that the experts, even Supreme Court judges in the U.S., can't tell you the difference? What is a woman? What is a man? Thank you.